I'm 62 years old. I've worked since I was 18. 44 years of waking up early, following orders, doing what I was told. I went to college because they said that's what you do. I got a job at a big company because they said that's how you build a future. I bought a house, paid my bills on time, never missed a payment. I did everything right, everything they told me to do. And today, sitting here at my kitchen table with bank statements scattered in front of me, I realized something painful. I followed the safe path my entire life, and I never got rich. I never even got close. I'm not poor. I have a roof over my head. I can still pay my bills, mostly, but I'm 62 and I'm not free. I still worry about money every single day. I still check my bank account with that familiar knot in my stomach. I still wonder if I'll have enough. And the worst part, I did everything they told me to do. I played by the rules. I trusted the system. I believed that hard work and obedience would lead to security, maybe even prosperity, but it didn't. Not really. When I look back now, I see a man who spent his entire life working for someone else's dream. I see a man who never questioned, never learned, never took control. I see someone who confused safety with success and stability with freedom. And I see all the years I can't get back, all the opportunities I didn't even know existed, all the choices I never made because I was too busy doing what I was supposed to do. This isn't a story about failure. It's a story about obedience, about following a path that everyone said was right, only to realize, decades later, that it led me nowhere I actually wanted to be. And if you're watching this, I hope you'll learn what I didn't. I hope you'll ask the questions I never asked, because the safe path isn't always the right path. Sometimes, it's just the path that keeps you too comfortable to ever truly live. I started working when I was 18. My first job was at a local warehouse, moving boxes, doing inventory. It wasn't glamorous, but it was honest work. My parents were proud. They said, get a job, work hard, and you'll be fine. So that's what I did. I worked hard, I showed up on time. I never complained. And after a few years, I went to community college at night, business administration. It took me 5 years to finish because I was working full-time, but I did it. I graduated, I got my degree, and I felt like I had made it. With that degree, I got a job at a mid-sized company. It was a real office job, salary, benefits, a desk with my name on it. I was 26 years old, and I thought I had arrived. My manager told me, stay with us, work your way up, and you'll have a great career. So I stayed. I worked my way up, slowly, very slowly. I got small raises, small promotions. I went from assistant to associate, from associate to manager. It took 15 years to become a manager, 15 years. When I was 32, I bought a house. Everyone said it was the smart thing to do. Stop paying rent, they said, build equity. So I took out a 30-year mortgage. The bank approved me easily. Too easily. Looking back, the interest rate seemed reasonable at the time, but I never really understood what it meant. I just signed the papers. I trusted the bank. I trusted my real estate agent. I trusted everyone except myself because I didn't know enough to trust myself. I didn't know how money really worked. I just knew how to earn it and spend it. For years, I thought I was doing well. I had a job, a house, a car. I wasn't rich, but I was stable, secure, safe. I worked 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. I missed dinners with my family. I missed my kids' soccer games. I told myself it was worth it. I was building something. I was providing, but I never asked myself what I was really building. I never asked if there was another way. I just kept my head down and worked. Because that's what you do, right? That's what they told me. Work hard, be loyal, and everything will be okay. But now, I need to ask you something. Would you have done the same? Or would you have questioned it sooner than I did? The mistake I made wasn't one big decision. It was 1,000 small ones. It was every time I accepted a salary without negotiating, every time I trusted the bank without reading the fine print, every time I chose comfort over risk, obedience over curiosity. I never learned about money, not really. I learned how to earn it, how to spend it, how to borrow it, but I never learned how to make it work for me. I remember sitting in my manager's office when I was 38. I'd been with the company for 12 years. I asked for a raise. I'd been doing the work of 2 people for months, covering for someone who'd quit. My manager looked at me, smiled, and said, "You're doing great. Let's revisit this next quarter." Next quarter came, then the quarter after that. I never got that raise, but I stayed because I thought loyalty mattered. I thought if I just kept working hard, they'd take care of me. They didn't. Meanwhile, I watched other people around me do things differently. A guy I went to college with started investing in real estate in his 20s. Another friend started a small business on the side. My cousin learned about stocks, about compound interest, about financial independence. And me, I just kept working. I kept paying my mortgage, my car payment, my credit card bills. I kept trusting that the system would reward me for being a good employee, a responsible borrower, a faithful participant. But the system doesn't reward you for that. The system rewards people who understand it, who question it, who use it to their advantage. And I wasn't one of those people. By the time I was 50, I realized I'd spent 32 years building someone else's wealth. My boss got richer. The bank got richer. The credit card companies got richer. And me, I got older. I got tired, and I got stuck in a job I couldn't leave because I needed the paycheck, stuck in a house I couldn't sell because I owed more than it was worth, stuck in a life that felt safe but never felt free. Thank you for staying with me through this. I know it's not easy to hear, but what comes next is the most important part. Please keep watching. The consequences of my choices didn't hit me all at once. They crept in slowly, like water seeping through a crack. First, it was the realization that my house, the one I'd been paying for 25 years, still wasn't really mine. I'd paid over $200,000 in mortgage payments, but most of it went to interest. The bank made more money from my house than I ever will. When I finally understood that, I felt sick, I felt betrayed, but mostly I felt stupid because the information was always there. I just never looked for it. Then there was my retirement account. I'd been contributing to it for decades. Just like they told me to, small, automatic deductions from every paycheck. I thought I was being responsible. I thought I was preparing for the future. But when I finally sat down and calculated how much I'd actually have when I retired, it wasn't enough. Not even close. After taxes, after inflation, after healthcare costs, it would barely cover my basic expenses. I wouldn't starve, but I wouldn't live either. I'd just exist, comfortably trapped. My kids are making the same mistakes I made. They went to college, took out student loans, got jobs they don't love but feel they can't leave. They're doing exactly what I did. And when I try to tell them there's another way, they look at me with the same trusting eyes I once had. They think I'm being paranoid. They think I'm exaggerating because they still believe what I used to believe, that the system works if you just follow the rules. But I know now that the rules were written by people who benefit from your obedience. My marriage suffered too, my wife, and I fought about money constantly, not because we were broke, but because we were never ahead. We were always just barely okay, always one emergency away from disaster. The stress wore us down. It made us irritable, distant, resentful. We stopped dreaming together. We stopped planning. We just survived, and that's no way to live. That's no way to love. Money didn't ruin my marriage, but the constant worry about money certainly damaged it. And I can't help but wonder what our life could have been if I'd learned these lessons 30 years ago. If I could go back, I would do everything differently. Not because I'd want to be rich for the sake of being rich, but because I'd want to be free. Free to choose how I spend my time. Free to take risks without fear. Free to live instead of just survive. And the path to that freedom isn't what they told me it was. It isn't about working harder. It isn't about being more loyal. It isn't about following the rules more carefully. It's about understanding how money actually works. I would have learned about investing before I started investing. I would have learned about compound interest, about assets and liabilities, about the difference between working for money and having money work for you. I would have read books. I would have taken courses. I would have asked questions instead of just nodding along. I would have invested in my financial education before I invested in anything else. Because without that knowledge, every financial decision is just a guess. and I guessed wrong too many times. I would have negotiated for everything, for my salary, for my raise job offers. I would have valued my own time and skills instead of letting other people determine my worth. I would have started a side business, something small, just to learn how money flows when you create value instead of trading hours for dollars. I would have taken risks, not reckless risks, but calculated ones, because I know now that the biggest risk isn't trying and failing. It's spending your whole life playing it safe and never really living. And most importantly, I would have questioned everything, every piece of advice, every safe path, every smart decision that everyone else was making, because what's safe for the bank isn't safe for you. What's smart for your employer isn't smart for you, and what everyone else is doing isn't necessarily what you should do. The safe path kept me alive, but it never made me free. Don't make my mistake. Don't wait until you're 62 to realize that safety and freedom are not the same thing. Learn about money, take control of your financial future, and don't let anyone convince you that obedience is the same as success, because it isn't. It never was.